music is low, low, very flow, low. Ready my gang, gang. Tengo for real que te hacen bang, bang. Your music is low, low, very flow, low. Ready my gang, gang. Tengo for real que te hacen bang, bang. Yo, y te hacen bang. Fuletazo, no hay vuelta para atrás. Dale nomás, soy tu papá. Si no ves, no te pongas a llorar. I am the best, estoy en fanpage. In the trap you no die, I am deaf. Soy de verdad, me voy a mascarar. De aquí ya nadie me va a parar. Soy el tercero, voy por el primero. Brother, tranquilo que no hay desespero. Indies of music, yo siempre me mero. Tengo el dinero, la fama y los cueros. Era un guaremate, quieres que te mate. Ready lo mío con todos mis cuates. Flotando en Miami, arriba del yate. Activa la ganga y mis monicates. 602 en el pote, ey. Siempre fino, fino como el haze. Estamos matando, no quiero break. Metió en el trap, metió en el game. Otra regla, dime cómo se siente que solo con letras le rompa los dientes. Tú me das la espalda, yo te voy de frente. Me hago millonario antes de los 20. Your music is low, low, very flow, low. Ready my gang, gang. Tengo for real que te hacen bang, bang. Your music is low, low, very flow, low. Ready my gang, gang. Tengo for real que te hacen bang, bang. Ahí están choteando, también difamando. Y acá con mi ganga dinero contando. Solo de una línea, somos un puro bando. Estamos generando y el trap cocinando. Soñando, cantando, también coronando. El punto caliente lo estamos activando. Un par de barras lo que me estoy quemando. La cruz de la music me la estoy llevando. Nana, vamos para el bote, ey. Mi collo lleno de lingote, ey. Que todo eso te rebote, ey. Baby, tú no te me agotes, La cuenta del banco la exploté. Y la 34 la detoné. Botella de honey, la tapé. Con vaso de lean y dos percocé. Nos falta el respeto, el gatillo. Yo aprieto la jersey de Chicago y la Jordan retro. Yo cambio las reglas, cambiamos el libreto. El lápiz más duro, pasamos un bareto. Nunca los vi. En NYC, sí. Me la vi. Conmigo nunca va a poder competir. Your music is low, low. Very flow, low. Ready my gang, gang. Tengo for real que te hacen bang, bang. Your music is low, low. Very flow, low. Ready my gang, gang. Tengo for real que te hacen bang, bang. Yao, sí. Favela Record. Ya. Renato. De la palo para todo el mundo. Sí. Yao.
I've been talking to myself. That's okay. I always tend to do that first thing. Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday morning. Cheers to our coffees. Today, I'm going to be painting some more commissioned pieces from Warhammer 40k. I've got these custodian guards on bikes. I'm going to have to make the main commander, captain, whatever, a different style. He's going to be determined later. I think he's going to be determined on like what kind of shoulder pads he has. This one has like a really ornate one. But as you can see, I'm just pulling out all these Custodes. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 jet bikes. So let's see how many I can do until, I don't know, about maybe 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If y'all keep me company long enough, maybe I'll go on a little longer. But anyway, so let's get started. There we go. Prepping my friends, prepping some paints. I think I'm going to start with dry brushing, actually. I think I was going to bring out some of the details. Can everyone hear me okay? No. my mic is up, but allegedly last time I was kind of breathing in the mic a little bit. My friend said she didn't mind, but I mind. I don't like the idea of me breathing in the mic. There's my paintbrush. Oh, that's what's fun about Monday morning minis. Losing all my paintbrushes. All right, here we are. Here we go. Got some white dry brush. Make sure that's the right shade. Maybe a little light. That's okay. It's going to be a pretty slow show, but this is a pretty slow process in my opinion. Alright, not going to keep pulling the mini off screen, I promise that. In fact, the towel should be my thing. Hello, Moon Rover, thank you for lurking. Be a lot of dry brushing today. Oh, Pink Pufflet, thank you for joining me with all the hearts. Let me know if I'm breathing in the mic today, guys, because I don't like the idea that I was last time. I'm a heavy breather sometimes. What is this? Sometimes you find some hair on your figurine. It's going to ruin the paint job. Oh, get off. It's been from the towel I'm using. The meeting is tense. I'm your cure. That's so precious. I'm just glad I can be on in the background while people are hard at work. I'm really sorry, guys. Well, this is a safe place. It's bringing out all these hidden features in the figurine. I love dry brushing. I love just pulling out the details from these figurines. Because they've done an exceptionally good job with working out this every bit of detail inside and out for especially these Warhammer figurines. So here we go. trying to get some of these details out. There we go. I like to dry brush the corners where you can really see the light, and then I leave kind of the center parts unshaded because I'm probably going to paint some of that anyway. But it leaves like this depth effect. If you can see, I'm just doing the edges of the figurine, and then this part's still pretty dark. I shouldn't grab the figurine directly. I do like to grab the base, but I also don't want to snap it off the base, so that's why I'm trying to study this figurine. I'm like torn. Oh, let me just do something real quick. There we go, that's better. Fixing my own screen so I can see better. So if anyone's watching, whether they know me or not, please say hello. See, I've got at least 4 viewers. It's pretty cool. But then again, some people are bots. So, hello bots. Let's see. I've even got to get the panel. If you ever start doing this, if you've never done figurine stuff before, it's a lot of flipping up and down and looking at everything from a third-dimensional angle. It's definitely different than like just coloring in a coloring book, but I like to compare it as such because you're really just painting something that somebody else already crafted, and you're just applying the paint. Lost some of my pigment. There we go. Yeah, hopefully this should work better. I like to test the paint on the back of my hand to make sure it's not going to be too bright when it goes on. I'm not going to make it too light because it's the underside, but there's still some details I definitely want to be brought up. That will probably just get painted over again, but such is painting. Alright, we're just getting that emblem right there, making sure it pops. Yeah, some of this is going to get painted over in gold and red and silver, but I wanted to get all the details of this jet bike coming out. Yeah, that should be good. All right, so that's one. We got to do it 7 more times. And I'll still end up probably going back over this figurine anyway. So we got another one. Here we go. Number 2. Alright. That leave a good mark. Yeah, that should be good. Let me just get the tip of that. Alright. I like to start at the bottom in case I make a mistake. And I like to just flip back and forth, as you can see. A lot of dry paint. In case anybody wonders what I'm using Longbeard Gray by Citadel. It works well on these black figurines. It's not too bright white, but I can bring out some of the shading, some of the detailing with it, and then still paint over a little bit with black, and it still kind of shows through. It helps me create my gritty effect that I like to do for some figurines. going so far? Let's see. And I know even when I set these aside, I'm still going to have to go back and double check to make sure that the shading's pretty consistent on all these. It's going to be a lot of work. Let's see how far we go today. Just want to say hello. Oh, this is Ted. Well, that's good that you can hear me. Because sometimes I know I'm on mute while you're at work, Moon Rover. Although I don't really have much to say. I'm just going to be doing all this dry brushing about 6 more times. We got 2 down. Alright, we got 3. I guess I'm just doing 7? Why did I count 8? I don't know, I'm tired. Yes. So how's it going, Moon Rover? I know it can be pretty slow in the office. I'll even turn down the lo-fi a bit. Or is the lo-fi good? I don't know. I don't know how my levels are. They look good on my end. I need to get back to painting. I wanted this weekend, but I'm not. My stuff is up. Oh, we're not slowing down. We're pretty busy. Oh, I'm sure you guys are busy. No, I'm just saying, like, have a, like, downtime to actually listen. But yeah, man, I'd love it if you painted again. I mean, that's how we started our friendship, was just painting stuff. I was just actually thinking about your Caradon Overlords just now, like... We were working on those en masse for Adepticon years ago. And here I gotta paint all these Custodes. They're really pretty. I do like the ornate detailing on these. Oh my gosh, it's been like 30 minutes and I'm already like getting tired sitting here. Oh, but let's just see how much of this I can do, because I've been slacking. I needed to keep up with these a little faster, in my opinion. For the tournament, yes, that you were too old to join. Hey, it's not your fault, man. Like, now you know. And you can still, well, I know Adepticon, I think, just happened this year already, so go to the next one. But you had fun, right? I need more dry paint. Just get it. All right, let's see. Just get those details. On screen panel. Let's see. Oh, you did get your deposit back. At least that's good. And it was still a pretty sweet convention. You got to meet the legendary Duncan and have him shoot a video. I've edited that video, by the way. I need to post it. I've made it kind of like a TV spot where he's saying hey to Sabi's art workshop. Hey, Duncan approved. Got the Duncan Road seal of approval. And we got more conventions coming up later this year. I know Moon Rover's going to some. I'm going to some. So catch us live in the crowd, sneaking around, taking cosplay pictures. Alright, let's see. All this jetpack stuff. Trying to just see all the detailing. There's so much to it. All these little, like, gears and pistons and stuff. Get in there. Oh, shoot. It's a little too bright for my taste, but I can always paint it black later. Alright, I think that looks good for number 3. Alright, we got number 4. Let's see, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, we have 7. I don't know why I counted 8 before. You can tell how tired I am. So I'm going to take a coffee break. Cheers. Alright, and it's still yet to be determined, in my opinion, which one is going to be the captain of the crew. I think I have to kind of assign one by the paint job. Got 2 of these kind of shoulder pads. I was looking at the shoulder pads. We got 1, 2, 3. These have the wreath. If anybody knows how Warhammer figurines are, right? I guess this would be the best one. Yeah, I guess it's this guy. Yeah, he looks the most ornate, in my opinion. Alright, whatever. We're gonna have fun with it. Anyway. More coffee, and then I'll keep dry brushing. How's that? Gotta get that pigment. That sweet, sweet pigment. I keep bringing it up off screen. Stop doing that. I can see myself doing it. Oh, you're less stressed, Pink Pufflet. I'm glad. I hope you can hear the music okay. I know you've been doing your meeting. We'll be talking a lot more. All right. see okay. I'm keep pulling this off screen. Let me just get closer. It's just a lot of detailing to bring out. Oh my gosh. Everybody here is a champ. Thank you for keeping me company, even in just little bits. Let's see something real quick. Am I even streaming somewhere else? Do I have a chat? Oh yeah, look at that. Sorry, I'm trying to simulcast on YouTube. I think I'm also on YouTube. But I prefer Twitch. Alright, I think this one's good. Considering I'll go back over these again in other colors. Try not to do it so much on the parts I know will be gold or red. That's why I'm skipping over some parts. Really just trying to get the parts I know will be black or gray. Alright, that's looking good. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. I think when 11 o'clock rolls around, I'll take a quick break. Pink Pufflet, if you're available to type, please do. Because I miss you, but I know you're busy with your meeting. And I know Moon Rover's hard at work too, at the drafting office. Ta-da-da. Nice lo-fi music. Might put me to sleep, but I won't let it. It's a nice day today. I hope it rains. What a thing to say. No, seriously, it's like nice overcast outside. It's been cool lately, man. It's far as how Float Radio News goes, how's the weather? The weather's been great. I wish it was like this all the time. I had somebody from Minnesota and from out of town complaining about the mugginess, and it's like, you're catching us at like our best right now. Oops, I'm pulling my figurine away again off screen. And I got nobody telling me. But that's okay. I think I just do it for a little bit. Oh my gosh. Come on. There we go, we're getting there. Alright, how's that look? It's another one. Again, not so very complete. But there'll be gold and silver and red added. I'll be going back over this figurine a lot. Alright, that's 2, 3, let's see. Trying to look at their emblems. Ah! Look at some of these emblems. Left side. Everybody's thing looks the same. I kind of they've made them a little bit more distinct, you know? Alright. Just going back over the ones I've already done. Let's bring out some detailing. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna match up the shoulder pads. All right. Am I breathing too hard again? I'm gonna try to be conscious of that right now. believe this guy's going to be our leader. I think I've finally figured out who had the different embellishments on his uniform. Excuse me, I muted the mic while I sneezed. In other news, SoFlo Radio is at 260 Twitch followers, which is pretty good. I think we're at like 500 Twitter followers. So we've been doing pretty well. I need to double check our TikTok. Need to upload to our TikTok too. But I just want to say thank you everyone for your support. Thank you, Moon Rover, for your bless you to me. Salud. All right. Hey, Noel King is here. So the party's just begun, you painting fiend. When are you going to host your own show, my friend? You're already painting all day anyway. I'd love to see you paint more. Well, you paint all the time, but I'd love to see you paint more. We'll have to have a paint off. Work on our figurines against each other. All right. Yeah, of course you're painting more Knowles. But I want to see you paint more Knowles. I want to see you stream yourself painting Knowles or something. Or just have more group friend chats and you're painting in the background. You're elusive. I realize the guy who assembled this, it was not myself, put the shoulder pad upside down. That's interesting. Well, I guess he's definitely going to be the, what's the word? The team leader. Because he's got this odd distinction right here. Did he do that to anybody else? No. Everybody else is right side up. Alright, that's interesting. The things you see. Alright, so I'm going to face him in the opposite direction so that way I can tell him the difference. Because he's definitely got a different shoulder pad than everybody else on this side and on the other side. Oh, we got some philosophical question from a Mr. King Merlin. What was the funniest karma to happen to a mean person that you knew if they shrank to a tiny size? Picking up on your fingers and started looking at them, or keeping them as your pet for 1 week? I think just the first one. I think just that emasculation of being treated tiny is probably enough to scare somebody. I wouldn't need to keep somebody as a pet because then I have to like take care of them. You know? I'd rather release them back in their tiny form. That's a very philosophical question. I'm gonna go with number 1. Alright. I don't know if you can hear me, King Merlin. 1. I'm crushing your head. I'm crushing your tiny head. Alright. Which is great. What I'm imagining like somebody I don't like is now the size of like one of these figurines. So just paint over them. Keep them with my Dungeons and Dragons figurines. Put them on my shelf. No, I'm not going to treat another human like a pet. That's weird. That's not the kind of kinky I like. Having to make sure they're fed and stuff. Not if they're mean. Thank you for such a philosophical question, King Merlin. Is my character being tested right now? While I'm painting these figurines? I don't mind. It's something to keep me alert. Alright. Oh! I almost lost my paint. What? Calm down, Butterfingers. Alright, it's almost 11 o'clock. I'm gonna take just a moment to drink my coffee. So, excuse me. Who are you, King Merlin? Don't be so mysterious like that. Asking me philosophical questions and then disappearing. How is everyone doing today? Otherwise, anybody who's free to chat. I'm turning my head every once in a while to see some stuff, some activity in my chat. Got Garcia. I have a cool dream about 2 robbers breaking my home and then a small gnoll miniature is coming to life as life-size monsters and kick the robber's butt. It was epic. That does sound epic. That sounds like a good, like, sequel to Toy Soldiers where, like, you've got your Dungeons and Dragons figurines, there'll be wizards and knights, and then they save your house from robberies while you're away. Like Toy Story. Take care of you. I heard a dog outside. I couldn't tell if it was my cat wheezing. She's been having some allergies, which is ironic because most people are allergic to cats. But I've got a cat that's allergic to people. Ah! So I know this is a crazy question to ask Mr. Garcia because I know that it would probably take you a while. About how many Knowles do you have? Because you've collected some Knowles over the past few years. And I know not all of them are painted. You've painted a whole bunch of them partially. But I just want to know overall, painted, unpainted, how many are in your collection? Is it 50? Is it 100? Do you not know? Also, man, if anybody out there was at the Florida Renaissance Fair and you saw my good friend Mr. Garcia in his Knoll costume, I mean, he was epic. Like, dude, the highlight of the weekend, in my opinion. And then there were some creeps trying to grab on his tail, trying to harass him, saying, "I like your tail." And it's like, yeah, but don't touch the goods. And he just says LOL. That's not a real answer. Don't just LOL me, bro. How many Knowles do you have? I don't even know how many figurines I have, though. Then again, you know. And this figurine life chose us. We didn't choose the figurine life. It chose us. Oh my god. I think that's it. I think this is all the figurines I gotta paint. Dry brush. I'm gonna go over a few of them. And go back over some spots I might have missed or should be brighter. So we're gonna start with number 1 over here. Get the face a little bit more. Get a little bit more of that shield. Yeah, just highlight the crap out of this figurine. Get more of the details out of this guy. Beautiful. Maybe even a little bit in the front where this grate is. Of course, I'm taking it off the screen again. Sorry, guys. It's hard to see. Man, who was this guy asking this mysterious question and leaving? It was weird. But that's Twitch. You get some pretty cool viewers who just come and go. Alright. Man, we're getting there. We're getting there. That's the difficult part about doing these assembly line figurines, is making sure they're all pretty consistent with each other. Alright, how are we doing? Hello, everyone. We've got more people in the chat. Excellent to see y'all. It is 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in South Florida. And I am working on 7 custodian guards at the same time. I'm just making sure all their excellent detailing is starting to shine and come through with this dry brushing. Because I'm going to null oil the crap out of these in a bit. Yeah, looking pretty good. Let's say thank you to Garcia's artwork for keeping me company today. You also have Moon Rover and Pink Pufflet coming in and out. Pink Pufflet with her puppies. Her row of puppies. And King Merlin, man, he just dropped a philosophical bomb on us and then just left. So, I don't know, Pink Pufflet, what do you think? Would you take care of somebody you hated as a pet for a week if they were on miniature size, or would you just kind of hold them in your hand? Because that's what I would do. I would just hold them in my fingers and let them go if I had the two options. You go, you look at you now. Look at you now. You're tiny. You mess with me and you're tiny now. Alright. And this, I don't know why he did this upside down. That's so strange. And I don't want to snap this off, but for anybody who's a Warhammer fan, it's like this emblem's totally upside down. But I guess he will be the captain of the guard. He's probably got the prettiest embellishments on his outfit anyway. So that's where it is. We got six dudes. And then Mr. Captain. Alright, trying to move everything aside. I got a lot of them. I would love them as a pet. I bet you would. But see, I don't want to have to, like, take care of somebody I don't like. Like, if I had to dress them and stuff. Find them tiny clothes. Turn them into a goldfish, though. Oh, yeah. If you could turn them into a goldfish, then that'd be a different story, I'm sure. Flush them down the toilet. Alright, let's get the face. I'm trying to get just all the parts I figure will need some attention. I don't want to jump to dry brushing. I mean, not dry brushing. Shading just yet, just till I'm sure. Yeah, and I'll be going back over these anyway. I think this is fine. I'm just overthinking it, as I typically do. You'd make a nice terrarium for your enemies. I'm sure you would, Pufflet. Alright. Fun stuff is about to begin. It's my favorite cheat. It's the non-oil. Non-oil. Yay. Anybody who does anything Warhammer knows that this is a staple for cheating on your figurines. No, it's not cheating. It's actually a very important step. Alright, I'm going to slide all these guys off screen now because we saw that they all got dry brushed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lucky number 7 stays. And he's going to get the first treatment. Alright, so you see how bright and obnoxious that looks? It looks as sloppy. It's just whatever. Anyway, here we go. And then Pufflet's talking about something about keeping a goldfish. Yes, anything can happen to a goldfish in 7 days. Oh, thank you. Make my figurines look better. Well, that's my job. That's literally my job. So here we go. Look at that. All the details coming out right now. It looks so good. I'm just going to keep applying it. Oh, look at that. It's just coming out. Oh, yeah. This is why we do it. And anything that looks kind of sloppy, you know, I like to either go back over and dry brush it a little bit more, but then Abaddon Black, which is like the blackest paint that they sell for Warhammer through the Citadel company, it's good. If you do it like thin on a figurine, it can make it look dark and not black. It helps the pigment, I'd say. So we're just going to soak his face right here and then just work down the figurine. Work down into the important parts. Because a lot of this figurine is just going to kind of look gray, which is okay because I just didn't want it to look flat black. I didn't want it to be too bright. Because even a figurine that's supposed to be like black, you kind of make it like a really dark gray. So then the pitchest black will be like a shadow. And then you can bring up some of the colors. So here we go. We're just getting into all the grooves. I'm just making sure it doesn't come out splotchy. Because the custodian guards, being the Emperor's guards, are very clean looking. Just making sure all that good stuff just drips down. All this pigment, it's just basically just liquid dark pigment that's just very watered down. Oh, Pufflet says that they look like they came from the dollar store. then I enhance them. Well, that's a mighty fine compliment. That's a mighty fine compliment right there. And you see, look, now the darkness is pooling in where it needs to be to create that shadowy effect, and then the bright spots are still staying pretty bright, but they're not pure white or bright gray. They're kind of just leveling out a little bit. So that's good. And then I'm just making sure it's not pooling too much, because then it can kind of get just watery looking. It just doesn't look right. But right now we're getting a the desired effect happening right here. Yeah, look at that. That's looking like a jet bike. You can see the details, but things are looking clean. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. All right, that's number 1. Here we go, number 2. And do it again. Look at that. What a difference. Right from the get-go. Just cover that up. And again, I like to really soak the figurine, but you don't let it pool too much. So you just kind of make sure it gets evenly spread out. Yeah, that looks hot. I was actually kind of worried because some of the figurine was, I don't know, I dry brushed a little bit too brightly on certain spots, but I knew that adding a little bit of this pigment would kind of bring the color back down to where I wanted it, and now it's looking really good. Like you can see how bright the back of this wing is, but then once I color it in non-oil, it's going back to its dark gray and black like I wanted it to, with the important details coming in. Get the other side pretty evenly. I got a hair. Get out of there. Gonna ruin the whole figurine. And again, you gotta flip up the figurines upside down and make sure you're not missing a spot or it's not pooling in a weird area, because that can happen. But there's ways to fix it. Sometimes you can just scrub it while it's still wet, or scrub it off while it's dry with some water and like a kind of a hard brush. Or just go back over it in a little bit of paint and just kind of fix the imperfections. Wow, this guy's looking sharp. Alright, that's number 2. Alright, number 3. And I mean, we're starting to see the difference. Look at that detailing. Alright, here we go. Hello to everyone this Monday morning once again. I've been streaming since 10. So it's only been an hour and almost a half. We're making pretty good progress considering I'm working on, I don't know, 7 figurines at a time. these other times I've been working with you guys, it's been one figurine, one big project. But today we're going to see how we can kind of do an assembly line of figurines. And you just start one color at a time, just one step at a time with all of them. Just everybody gets one step, everybody gets a second step together. Alright, this guy wasn't shaded so much as the other ones, but that's okay. Get some of that front. Pink Pufflet, you've been great. I can't wait to talk to you later. All right, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Number 4, coming right up. And I can hear myself breathing, but sometimes I just got to get it let out a big sigh when I have to do all these figurines. At least this kind of step is not tasking on my eyes like the small detail times are. And sometimes I gotta take a break if I get a headache working on some of these small figurines, you know? I actually do have a magnifying glass. I just forgot to use it. Oh, you can't hear? Oh. Oh, you can't hear my breathing is probably what you're saying. Alright, good. And if I do breathing, I will consider it ASMR. You're an angel. No, I just don't want to be like right in my mic. Alright, doing that bad habit again of pulling my figurine off screen. Alright, here we go. Making sure everything is clean. The underside, the top side, the unseen sides. Alright, this one should be good. Does anybody have any songs running through their heads right now? Because even though I've been playing this lo-fi, I've got Cat's music running through my head. I got Rum Tum Tugger. Rum Tum Tugger is a curious cat. It's like I want to hum it. I want to hear it and sing it. But I'm like in the middle of here. She is Late Night Alumni. Beautiful. What is that? Is that a song? I don't think I know that one. I need new music. Send me new music, people. Because I listen to Pandora, but then it just plays me stuff that I already know that I like. There you go. Gotta make sure it's all in there. Fire. I am a hailstorm. I am fire because I'm Aries. Yes, you are. You're fierce Aries. You got a birthday soon coming up. You got that Sailor Mars birthday. Embodiment of Mars and war and passion. And I'm gonna stretch because it's 11:30, and I said I was gonna take a break at 11, and I did for like a split second. It was only just to drink coffee, so I'm gonna drink coffee again. Pink Pufflet, you've been keeping me such good company. Everybody has, actually. Thank you, Alfonso or Garcia, for showing up. And Moon Rover. I got a good crowd. I see a lot of bots, but it's still a crowd. Will it go help my stream numbers? Probably not. But we're working at this. Alright, so we're on figurine number 6 out of 7. Making good progress for exactly 2 hours of streaming. And her meeting's almost over. Good. Then you belong to me. No, you belong to your customers that actually need attention. Your clientele. It's like, without even talking too much about Pufflet's job, just it's one of those things where I'm gonna sneeze. Wait. Excuse me, guys. Where you have so many meetings, it's like, how do you get any work done? That's how I felt about one of the jobs I was at. It's like, you have these late night meetings and we could be actually doing something productive. But alas. the bureaucracy of work. That reminds me, So Float Radio needs another meeting. Haha. And thank you, Pufflet, for saying bless you. So, let's see. Got this. Alright, one more figurine. Let's see, Shirley, can you double stream like going here live and then also on TikTok? You need like 1,000 followers, quite literally, to stream on TikTok or go live on TikTok. So I'm gonna try to build up that. But I do have multi-stream options for like Facebook and stuff too. Oh no, I need to look into it. Yeah, TikTok's actually like hard. Like these people going live have actually built something up for themselves. So we'll get there. We just need to try harder on that platform. How's it looking so far from you guys' perspective? It looks good from mine. Just trying to make sure every bit gets covered. Usually these things take about 15 minutes to dry. So even the first one I did a bit ago is still not done drying. We kind of try not to disturb it while it's drying, because then when the pigment gets spread, it just looks weird. It looks bad. So that's why you try to get it before it dries too much. And keep it from pooling. Oh no. I have one last issue. Oh, it looks completely upgraded. Thank you. You're awesome. I'm picking my nose right on screen. Excuse me. Yeah, just wait. There's still... This is only like step 2 of the whole process. Well, technically, step 1 would be assembly. Step 2 would be the priming. Step 3, painting one area, then the other. So we still got a ways to go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna look back over at number 1. Number 1's looking good. Making sure things aren't pooling too much in one area. Go back over. Looks good. looks good. This is figurine number 1. Whoops. Do you spray something so the paint doesn't chip away? Yes. So when the figurines come out of the box and they get assembled, they're like in like that plain manufacturing plastic. It's pretty gray. And so they do have to be primed with a special paint before they even get painted on top of. So all of these figurines got painted with this Chaos Black. So I had to spray them all. Like I've got this tank right here. This was like a gray, but now I painted it black, and it's gonna hold the paint on it better. But then when you're done, there's this called Ard Coat, which is kind of like the gloss or the protective coat. Obviously, it's not hard coat. It's odd coat because they're from the UK, and it does help because you look at a figurine like this little guy right here, and he's got a lot of small embellishments. So the Ard Coat does help make sure like the gems and the paint and stuff don't chip away. But you got to use a little bit of it because it's like too glossy. It might make a figurine you don't want to be too shiny. It kind of, doesn't leave a good effect. But it is good for like making something look like a gem. You put an Ard Coat directly on a gem piece and then it shines and it looks like, oh, it's bright. Anyway, so let me keep going back. Check on everything. I'm probably not even really going to touch some of these figurines for just a moment because they're drying from their non-oil. I could always add more, but I'm going to probably just let them finish their first I don't know, bit of drying, so excuse me. Alright, I was mute deliberately for a moment, but I've got the figurines I'm just touching up a little bit. I let them dry, but I'm also going back and double checking some pieces that might need a little attention right here. So let's just make sure nothing pulls too much or slides away. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see this figurine, the non-oil didn't dry in the right spot for a moment, but I kind of scraped it away. I can always go back over it and fix it. Alright, much better. Wow. Looking good. Looking good. All right. What's happening, everybody? We're at a good step right here in our phase of working on 7 Custodes on Jetbikes. Taking a moment to let it rest. Alright, so we've got 1. I'm going to pull him back right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, I'm going to add some lead belcher. Lead belcher. That was good timing. I did that on purpose. Anyway, some lead belcher. See, I wasn't just making that up while I burped. So that way, we can get this show on the road. Put some silver embellishments on these figurines. Because after I put on the lead belcher, I'll do it again. I'm glad Pufflet caught it. Do you know how hard it was to time that just right? Making sure, yeah, see some of the Nuln Oil is still a little pooled in certain areas, and I don't want to paint until some of the Nuln Oil is dried, because it will kind of, I'm not going to say mess up the figurine, because I don't really think there's a lot that can mess it up, but it will kind of streak a little bit, and I might have to go back over it, but I think we're fine right now. So I'm just going to kind of do some small bits. Pufflet, you're an angel. Very hungry angel, and she has another meeting at 1. This is like not fair. Yeah, some stuff you can do, not engage, so you'll be listening. Thank you for listening in. I'll try to keep it fun, but I'll just let the lo-fi also just kind of take over. Yeah, I don't know how long I'll be doing this. Maybe I'll do this till like 12:30 or 1. Because I want to take a nap before my kid gets out of school. The fact that this relaxes me somehow so I can work better. Thank you. I might nap too as soon as I finish some calls. Yeah, man, a nap will be good. And I value the silence of home. Yeah, so let's see how far I can get on these figurines before I check out for the day. As you can see, I'm just doing silver embellishments on these bike parts. Any of the viewers out here play Warhammer 40k, give a hey. In the meantime, I'm just going to work on these Custodes guards. There's probably going to be some pieces of this figurine I'll just do over in Necron Compound. For anybody who isn't familiar with Citadel paints, that's like a dry brush version of what I was just using. The Longbeard Gray, but this would be like a silver one, kind of like what I'm doing right here. I'm just kind of going over a little bits very lightly in silver. Not very deliberate, just enough to kind of get things to pop. Because there's a lot of embellishments I want to be in silver, like some gears, you know, these exposed torpedoes and whatnot. But I'll be going over this again and again until I get it right. So that's one. That's one dude in his silver. gonna see how much I can do before 12:30, but I think that's gonna be my call time because it's tiring working on all these. I'm not a factory. I'm a human being. No, I'm kidding. I actually really like doing this. I'll be painting right after I'm streaming. Anyway, I'll stream, nap, paint some more without streaming. Like my hand, guys. I'm just covered in paint. It's just gonna keep getting worse. looking good. Alright, looking good with that one. I know some of you guys on screen probably can't see some of the silver embellishments I'm doing, but it doesn't matter if you can't see it because the figurine needs it. But I definitely want you to at least know that progress is being made. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I'm working on right now. And I always double check my work. I always go back every figurine, make sure all the same pieces are painted, all these little gears and configurations. Hello, anyone lurking? You can always say hello, even if I'm deep in thought, deep in painting concentration. Oh boy, I'm popular today. All right, how are we doing today? Looking pretty good. Got my dentist hitting me up for a review, but I guess I will. That'll be later, guys. Six viewers? What? Who's up in here? Say hello. Even if I'm not looking at the screen, I can sense your presence. That's because I'm painting these figurines. Doesn't mean I can't enjoy the company of my viewers. Just making sure both sides, everything's painted quite well. I'm on number 6 out of 7. And if people keep me company a little bit better, I might stream a little longer. It's probably gonna stop in the next 20 minutes. And for those who are wondering, yes, I don't care that I'm getting it on the Eagle. I'm getting it on certain things because I will be painting over for most of it too. I'll be doing some gold embellishments later. Alright, that's number 6. Let me make sure number 6 is actually done. Don't rush through it too fast. Giving it kind of a natural look. Making sure it's not laid on too thick. So hello everyone out there in cyberspace, on Twitch, possibly on YouTube? I don't know. It's good to know I have company. Alright, here we go. We're on number 7. Let me slide some of these guys over so I don't hit them while I'm painting. There we go. Number 6. A little bit more lead belcher. I'm just gonna make sure all these pistons and everything are covered. Hello from sunny South Florida. Although it looks like it's a little overcast South Florida out here where I am. There we go. How are we looking so far, guys? What do we think? I'd say this is a proper jet bike. How much more can we do in the next 20 minutes? Let's see. I'm sure a lot of it's going to be quality control, going back and checking all the other figurines to make sure they all match as part of one great custodian guard army. And at least the lo-fi is behaving today, because the other day it was like playing the same 3 songs. I don't know. That's what happens when you use soundtrack by Twitch, I guess. So if all y'all can see, I'm just painting all these silver embellishments where they belong. On his chest, all this piping, on the face, a little bit where the piping is. Also just to bring out some of the details. Much of this is going to get painted over in black anyway, but it does help me see. It brings out some detailing. I can always go back over it with some Necron compound, which is a dry paint. It's good for bringing out some highlights with the silver. So I think by next week, I won't be painting these particular figurines. Next Monday, I'll probably be done with them by then because I'm going to paint them off screen too. Does anybody have any requests? I actually did buy a Moon Knight figurine because Moon Knight has been playing on Disney Plus, and I figured I'd go with a scheduled theme with relevant characters. So if anybody is interested in Moon Knight, let me know, and I'll have him prepped and primed by next Monday's show. Although possibly if nobody answers me, I'll still do it anyway. Right? So hello everyone in cyberspace. All you cool cats and kittens. We got the Miracle Man. You've been watching me and you haven't said anything. Say hello, Miracle Man. You were tuning in pretty well to the Weird and the Wonderful. Very good participating in some of our deep conversations. And I think this week we'll be having another show. We've been off and on. We had a friend in from out of town last week. So Antonio and I were busy doing that instead. Alright, as you can see, I'm still going over the figurine, some of these details. That should be silver. The corners of the bike. And I know I'm going a little bit off. That's okay, because you can wipe it away with a little paintbrush. That's what I like to do. I like to clean things up with a paintbrush. And then I'll be cleaning some stuff up with Abaddon Black. Hello, Moon Rover. I was just talking about you. I was just talking about the Weird and the Wonderful coming back on Wednesday. Because we have the Miracle Man in our chat. He hasn't said anything for now for figurine painting, but he's been a good contributor to the conversations for the Weird and the Wonderful. So we'll be getting back on schedule. I've been off schedule. It's gonna be weird. I got a lot of stuff that needs to be done. Just helped out with a bridal shower this Sunday. So there'll be more wedding stuff coming up later in May. But for now, I can finish my scheduled commissions. There we go. Look at that. So has anybody been watching Moon Knight or any other new shows of substance? I'm always willing to talk pop culture. That's what I like to do when I'm painting figurines. For anyone that needs good new funny shows, Inside Job on Netflix is really good. I don't know why more people aren't talking about it. It's a little bit like Rick and Morty, but if government was hiding all sorts of weird conspiracies. Oh, we got Miracle Man's actually talking. Let's see. I'm picking out a complete mini wheat squares from Shredded Slaughter. The bottom of the bag. Important stuff. Indeed, it is. Man, I do love some mini wheats. We were talking about Star Trek a lot on the Weird and the Wonderful the other day, but I neglected to bring up Lower Decks. Because Lower Decks is actually a pretty good Star Trek show and nobody's talking about it. It's like a self-parody with a lot of inside references. Like, good God, if you are just a casual Star Trek fan, a lot of it's going to go over your head. And I kind of consider myself intermediate. And then there's still some jokes that went a little bit over my head. I had to like go back and look it up. I believe it's set during like Next Generation kind of era, so they don't make too many Deep Space Nine and Voyager references, which is good. Alright, we're doing a good job right here. Alright, it is 12:16. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream for. I might call it quits around 12:30 still. Because this is tiring on the eyes and the back after too long all at once. I've been streaming since 10 o'clock. Although I have streamed for longer. Sometimes I've started at 9 and I'll still stream till about 12:30. Yeah, see, I've still missed a lot on some of these figurines. Some figurines have more detailing done on them than others, so let's fix that. So let's see. I forgot to paint the top of this piston right here. This exhaust pipe, I should say. Piston's over here. All right. Well, as I start wrapping things up for the next 10 minutes, I'll just say that Moon Rover and I were talking about next upcoming episodes for the Weird and the Wonderful, so if anybody wants to do their homework before we start talking, we were probably going to talk about early sci-fi this coming Wednesday. And when I say early sci-fi, I mean like sci-fi older than Star Wars, right? Like the earliest instances of science fiction and literature, even going back to Greek myths. And you're going to say, well, Greek myth, that's different. That's like a religion. That's mythology. But we're going to probably talk about some of Daedalus' inventions, which are very kind of steampunky for Greek mythology times. We're going to talk about Metropolis, because that was our silent film of last month. We'll talk about some H.G. Wells, some Jules Verne, you know, early sci-fi, right? You know, I might even want to mention Logan's Run a little bit, because my dear beloved mother-in-law was an extra in that back in the day. It was just great, because it's actually one of my favorite movies, and now whenever I like see it, I can totally see her like right in the background. But we'll talk more about that another time. Then at the end of the month, after Moon Rover has done his movie homework, you hear that? I'm talking about you, Moon Rover. I want to talk about Gnosticism in pop culture. And when I say Gnosticism, I'm talking like The Matrix, Dark City, even one of my favorite animes, Revolutionary Girl Utena. We're going to talk about fabricated realities, the life that's a dream versus the waking reality life. That kind of subject. But we're going to be talking a lot about pop culture. I don't want to get too philosophical, because people try to start arguments. I mean, we can get philosophical, but you know what I mean? Like, people are going to be like, oh, well, I think we're in a matrix right now. It's like, yeah, well, that's kind of the point of Gnosticism. They're already saying that. But is it a matrix of technology or just of the material and the mind? And let's see, I've always been impressed with the miniature painting talents of you, and others it's a bit beyond my concentration level. I've managed a Coliseum of Comics store twice, 25 years apart, and saw thousands of really impressive figurines. Yes, you know, that's what's been fun, is seeing what other hobbyists can do, because I've got my own style, and I see some other people with their own style, and it's amazing what you can see out of these figurines. I mean, you'll take the same figure, and some people can yield some really cool effects with them. And a lot of people talk about the concentration. Yeah, I guess it does require a lot of concentration, but for me, I'm a person that doesn't have good concentration, so it's something you can do in little bits and pick it up and put it down. You know, it's not timed. That's why I think I don't like being competitive. I actually don't like playing a lot of games with people. I like to kind of work at my own pace and go into my own mind. And so that's what's fun about these figurines. I can really daydream and think to myself pretty out there and forget that I'm in the middle of painting a figurine and I'm just painting. But I can't forget that while I'm listening to a show, though. Can't get too lost in thought. Right, and we've got our Garcia. He's got to go eat. He'll be right back. Well, I'll probably be gone by the time you come back. But if you come right back, then maybe I could say hi and bye. Yeah, and here we go. I mean, we got the silver embellishments on just about everybody's jet bike right here. Right where it matters. And all the pistons. All the different silver hoses. I'd love to hear more about your Coliseum of Comics, Miracle Man. And I mean, this is just that level 1 where you really only just get the base painting of a figurine. That whole other level where you got to get small in detail, that's a whole step for its own time. But that's why I like to take breaks in between. There's no way I'm going to be able to do these figurines justice if I try to get down to the detailing now and work on all that. So I think I'm just going to leave it be for now. What'll probably end up happening is I might dry brush over it a little bit more, Nuln Oil over it a bit more, do the gold and red detailing, and it should be about done. I was working on this dude last week, this nice, mighty, venerable dreadnought. If everybody can see, let me make sure everybody can see. I'm going to work on it slowly, but he is done. So by the time these Jetbike guys are done, he's going to look very similar. Here's another example. Painted this my first episode here. Can't pick up on all the good details, but I mean, got a whole tray. That's why we're doing assembly line today, because we have so many figurines that have been worked on. I gotta call the guy to get his figurine commissions back now, because they're almost done. Alright, well, thank you, as I'm tuning out very soon. Anybody who would like to join me and Moon Rover for the Weird and the Wonderful, that'll be Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, typically. Again, we'll probably just be talking about early sci-fi before, I want to talk about the sci-fi before modern technology really took off. Like, we were watching Metropolis the other day, and, it's the 1920s, and video calls hadn't been invented yet, but you see it in the movie. I want to talk about instances of that sort of thing. Daedalus and his manufactured wings, or his mechanical bull he made, or his giant monster robot Talus, his automaton, all that kind of stuff. And so in case anybody's wondering what I'm doing right now, is I'm going over some of these figurines in a little bit of black, just to kind of fix where I went over a bit with my silver. So I can wrap up the last 5 minutes of the show for anybody who still might be listening. But I want to thank all the company here, because it keeps me in line. If I don't have a good audience, I'm just going to slack off, right? And I've still yet to figure out what April's silent film will be. But we won't go the month without one. So that'll be TBA. And then I feel bad I haven't streamed Broke a Brit in a bit. That rhymes. But I have been busy with stuff on Sundays when I typically stream her show. I've got a great team here on SoFlo. Just want to thank everybody who's been viewing, everybody who's been streaming. And we've only just begun the week. It's only Monday right now. Let's see how the rest of the week goes. Because who knows? Maybe I'll stream a little bit more during the weekdays. But hey, sometimes you just got to get stuff done, right? Oh, amazing. All right. Well, thank you everybody once again for tuning in. We're going to wrap it up in another few minutes. Just doing some final detailing. If you don't already follow us, we're on Facebook, Instagram. I laugh because I hardly touch the Instagram, but we are on Instagram. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, even TikTok. But Twitch is where we mostly post our content. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning out soon. Join me Wednesday evening for the Weird and the Wonderful. And yeah, alright, so here we go. We got our beauties. Doesn't look like so much work has been done, considering I've been working on these for a few hours. They were just flat gray before. Now they at least got some character, but we're going to keep going. That'll be off screen. I'll probably show y'all the progress next week, if I don't turn them in already to my client. Cleaning up our brushes. Alright, thank you everybody. We're wrapping it up. Finally, officially, for real. Tune in next time. Until then, y'all just stay classy, South Florida.